Presently, right now, yeah, it's like unless Brianna Van Auken's single, humble, honest, or if she's out doing pornography videos, I don't want anything to do with her. I'm not going to have any good memory to build with her. She's put me in a lot of bad. I still have the bracelet over there put up from the Dr. Michael Cogrove, June 2019. Not a pleasurable experience for me. And keep in mind, yeah, she is sitting by my mother on the July the 18th, 2017, by my mother, Debbie Abbott, in court, Montgomery County, Arkansas, USA. My mother's idea. Behind him was John Jurgen Jr. Well, the courtroom's full. I'm in the back center of the courtroom. And there comes Brian Johnson walking right up, staring at me with another man beside him and blowing out white fog. I'm in the very back center of the courtroom. This guy sitting like 15 feet to the right of me, Mike could have seen it. Virtually over 98% of the people in the courtroom couldn't have seen it. And it was while Laura Hodges was on the stand. Judge Jerry Ryan. The phones hinted to me that Brianna Van Auken is married to Brian Johnson. Weeks ago. I don't know what to believe. Other people say she's with Billy, the so-called Brad Cruz. Vancouver. I don't know. I guess she finally got to live with her daughter born in 2005. I don't know. Anyway, I don't really, I guess I wish people would just tell me. I need to forget about her, let her be. Me and her don't really have anything in common anyway. What, some plants? I never did like dishonest women anyway, or women that can be sold off. I bet she still smokes a pack of cigarettes a day. Huh, that's what I asked for a premarital gift when she said, marry me right there on that couch before fall of 2018. I said, well, if you really mean it, you think you could quit smoking even if it takes 4 months, 6 months? Hell, I guess I watched a pregnant woman do lots of drugs. Didn't even get to know that. I better quit. People don't tell me anything. Anyway, this letter that I drafted March the 8th, 2013, I didn't finish reading all of it earlier. Paige Vapor, Executive Vice President and Corporate Counsel, CG Roxanna LLC, 55 Francisco Street, Suite 410, San Francisco, CA for California, 94133, email. And I think that email is missing a period. Like P period maybe, but PBEYKPOUR@cgroxanne.com regarding default notices associated to prior request. Dear Mr. Vapor, on or about January 23rd, 2013, Mr. John Maddox, meaning the second, or John Maddox Jr., from the law firm Maddox & Maddox, meaning Church Street, Mena, Arkansas, USA, sent via certified mail, return receipt requested 2 letters to the tenant for the landlord. The letter he wrote was associated to the letter he forwarded for the landlord to the tenant regarding certain notices and requests. Such letter from the landlord requested copies of the plans and specifications and lien waivers as stated under the section 6.1b and 6.4 of the ground lease. Neither request had been received by the landlord. Therefore, you are hereby notified of those 2 defaults pursuant to page 29, section 17.1c of the ground lease. To quote specifically from such January notice regarding section 6.1, furthermore, that section of the lease states, tenant shall provide to landlord copies of the plans, drawings, and specifications regarding such improvements. To quote even more specifically from aspects of page 12 and section 6.1 in the ground lease, such states, if requested by landlord in writing, tenant shall provide to landlord copies of the plans, drawings, and specifications regarding such improvements, collectively the plans and specifications, prior to the commencement of any such construction, and as a plans and specifications are materially revised from time to time. As discussed with Mr. Maddox, meaning not the father, John Maddox Jr., John Maddox II, who's presently a state representative for a section of Arkansas, USA, it can be, I've been in his private practice at least 2 times over the years, 3 times, before he ever became a state rep. As discussed with Mr. John Maddox II, it can, in circumstances, be impossible for the landlord to request the plans and specifications prior to the commencement of any such construction. However, I say the current work being conducted by the tenant could be considered preliminary associated to future completed construction or the starting of such, not that such matters either way, In other words, how can the landlord know when the prior commencement is or will be? After tenant received the letters in January from Mr. John Maddox II, the former plant manager, Bill Gallister, to this location informed me via email, as you should know, that you asked him to relate some details regarding the plans and specifications. I or the landlord have not received actual copies of the plans and specifications regarding improvements under Section 6.1C concerning this. The following statement made via email on February 24th, 2013 to you on behalf of the tenant no longer applies. Really is not necessary that I or the landlord receive actual copies, but at least an accurately detailed description of the current plans and any subject changes at any later times. However, ample time has passed regarding the two requests regarding 6.1B and 6.4 of the lease. The same email, February 24th, 2013, had an attached picture of a copy of such picture. The same email had an attached picture. A copy of such picture is enclosed, which is a location in the hayfield about 300 feet north of the center of the factory. If I knew the exact plans and specifications, I would be better informed to know whether or not the rocks pictured should be removed or will affect the hay growth. Further, I recently noticed a large metal tank erected immediately in front or west of the north loading dock that is no longer used. Is it north? Well, west. In front or west? Yeah, it's west of that. Well, I should have said there's three loading docks in a row there, four loading docks, but the fourth one to the north is in front of that. I didn't know what they was doing with it. It is requested that the tenant includes the purpose of such in their plans and specifications. It can only be assumed that such is a holding tank for treating water or for trucks to load water that isn't bottled. I got told preforms. Somebody told me the plastic preforms. True or not? Maybe Bill Gallister. I don't know who told me that, where they make the bottles, possibly to be transported elsewhere to be bottled. However, when proper plans and specifications are received, there should not be any room for speculation or assumption. This may be suited for the situation. In addition to receiving copies of the plans and specifications, may a time be scheduled for me, Scotty, to meet with the contractor or appropriate party who is overseeing the construction process, has accurate information pertaining to this. Plus, plans may change from time to time. In conclusion, yesterday evening, just before dark, I walked on the foundation pad at a distance. I noted a car parked at the entrance to the factory not far from the highway with what appeared to be a young man standing next to his car using some type of camera. I asked him if he was okay. He said yes. I asked if he worked here. He said no and was trying to take a picture of a comet, like a comet in the sky. Anyway, if such were true, he must have a very high-quality device. About 15 minutes later, after dark, I went via vehicle to see if such an individual was still there, and he wasn't, but I saw a trucker walking toward the highway trying to get cell service. Sincerely, Scotty Abbott. Certified mail return receipt requested, page 2 of 2, enclosure, 1 photo, carbon copy, Debbie Abbott. P.S. What is the local contact information regarding Bill Gallister's absence? Only per phone? ? See, John Maddox, January 23rd, 2013, when he sent that, the junior, the second, I went in his office and my mom had something signed, but when I requested the proof of the receipts, certified deal, he sent one to the 3437 mailbox and the 3458, or his secretary did. And he referred to us as clients, plural. But he had sent a notice to me to Jim Walker before in the past. Just to throw this out there, here is the wrist bracelet that Van Auken come out of the pre-registration day of National Park Hospital, June 26, 2019, Hot Springs, Arkansas, USA. I showed it to her sometime under this roof, 2022. She looked at it. She's like, "Oh, for my surgery." And I said, "If you want it, you can have it. But if you're just going to throw it away, I'd like to keep it." But anyway, is she married, or is she with the Brad Cruz, or I shouldn't even wonder about it. People could say she's already living happily with her daughter, Madison. People don't explain. Or she's with her baby's daddy, the John Fryer. I wish people could have told me sooner. It would have saved me a lot of breath, because just to sum it up, I've basically hoped ever since me and her got started off and on that she would at some point sober up, settle down, be honest. That's Spears's right there, that peacoat. She hung that up the other night. They appeared to be on benzodiazepines. He said he didn't even remember getting the letter, if that's him I talked to. That's some of hers. Well, anyway, I showed this to her year before last, and anyway, she didn't say much about it. You know, I asked her the first night she showed up here, August 2023, if there could have been a pregnancy, and the Dr. Michael Cogrove, gynecologist, knew about it, didn't say anything. She said she didn't know, and I updated that with the Federal Trade Commission. I don't know. I feel like I've known her potential, but that I'd have to be in a unique dynamic. If she is single, I'd have to see her sober. She'd have to want to be sober. I don't even like how pills influence her, just to say it. She don't even know my heart. She don't even know me. I don't even know why she come here in the first place, summer 2018. I guess it's because she is lonely or didn't have the man she preferred. I don't know why I asked her why she come here August 2023. She said she didn't want to go to her brother's in Malvern. And then she's happy about her upcoming pharmacy, Bucks refill. I felt guilty over that. I ended up paying for the gas on that. And I paid for the gas on one for Rick December 31st, 2021. She left the next Monday. And it didn't come back till 7 days later. But anyway, people don't tell me anything. I mean, I guess it's sad that, I don't know. If y'all said if I got a kid with her, Scotty needs to forget about Scotty. Scotty doesn't have a wife. Scotty doesn't know the woman he had a kid with. Scotty needs to forget about that. Apparently, she already got to meet the kid. So I don't have that memory to do with her. And she is basically a baby murderer. Drugged up the baby, and I guess she married the guy that got the kid. Nobody would tell me. And then they want child support from me. Apparently. I hope I don't see her again. I don't want to see anytime soon her. If she's with Andy Reiner or Brian Johnson, lack of humility or not, I don't want to be around them. I don't. I view Andy Reiner as somebody that murdered my mother. And Brianna Van Auken was sitting by my mother in court July the 18th, 2017, while Brianna Van Auken's like a child blowing out white fog. I guess him and Brianna Van Auken do that together. And have what she talks about, John Fryer, marathon sex or whatever. Probably do porn videos. Andy Reiner. I don't want anything to do with them if they're like that.